Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to call the meeting of the City Council to order at this time. Today is February 9th, 2026. You can watch the live telecast on YouTube. Also, in regards to public participation, there are three ways to submit public comments. One is submit written comments by the meeting day. Two, submit written comments during the meeting. And three, attend the meeting in person. In order to submit a written comment, please fill out a green speaker card at the rear of the chamber, something like this. Any email comments received after 4 p.m. on the meeting date are not guaranteed to be received by the City Council prior to the meeting. However, comments are not read out loud into the record. During the meeting, you may visit dalycity.org/agendas to submit comments using the public comment form to address the City Council on a specific item, or during public comment periods such comments are delivered to the City Council and city staff during the meeting and may be read into the record at the time they are received. Persons with disabilities who require auxiliary aids or services in attending or participating in this meeting should call the office of the city clerk at 650-991-8078. Okay, with that being said, if we can all kindly please stand for the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Okay, I'd like to call this meeting once again to order. I want to provide the acknowledgement that we read at every council meeting in regards to, I'll start. The City of Daly City acknowledges that we are on the ancestral lands of the Ramaytush Ohlone peoples. We recognize their enduring connection to this region and honor their history, culture, and contributions. As the indigenous peoples of this land, we affirm their sovereign rights as the original inhabitants of this land and pay respects to the ancestors, the elders, and relatives of the Ramaytush Ohlone peoples. Okay. Madam City Clerk, may I have roll call, please?
Ms. DiGiovanni,
Present.
Dr. Rod,
Present.
Ferrano,
Present.
Ms. Manalo,
Present.
Mr. Sylvester.
Glenn Sylvester present. Thank you very much. Next item is the approval of the minutes of the regular meeting of January 26, and I'll entertain a motion.
So move.
Mayor, prior to moving the item, if I may.
Yes.
There is a change on page 2 under the minutes. I believe you allowed me prior to staff communication to make a statement on Thornton Beach. It's not recorded on here, Madam City Clerk. When I spoke about going to Thornton Beach and going there to physically see what was happening in regards to the fence, that is not recorded. So if you could kindly do so as my statement. Thank you.
So thank you, Councilmember Manalo. So Dr. Rod, since you made the original motion, and Councilmember Manalo is asking for a friendly amendment in correction of the minutes, I'll refer it
Yes.
to you.
I do
for-
accept the changes, the modifications to include Councilmember Manalo's edits to the minutes.
Thank you, Dr. Rod. Councilmember Manalo, I would assume that you would second the motion.
Second? Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, thank you very much. We have a first, we have a second. Any further discussion? And with that being said, all those in favor of approving the minutes with the corrections as hereby stated, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? The minutes pass. Thank you very much. The next item is the approval of the agenda for tonight's evening. I'll entertain a motion for that.
Motion to, for the agenda?
Okay, motion by Councilmember Di Giovanni. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Dr. Rod. Any further discussion? All those in favor of approving the agenda for this evening, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, the agenda has been approved. At this time, I'd like to open it up for oral comment. And I got two cards here. Let me see if it's for a specific item. Nothing. General public comment. Okay, they do not pertain to any particular item on tonight's agenda. So with that being said, I'll open it up to oral comment. I'd like to start off with Emma Mappa. Emma? And this is regarding Dorchester Drive. Good evening, thank you so much. Yes, is there a green
I
light
think
on
you
your
need to
microphone?
turn on the mic.
See a little button there? Yeah, you see a little button there? Is there,
Button?
yeah, a gray button?
Oh, no, you could hear me now.
Okay, there you
Okay.
go. All
First
right.
of all, thank you, all of you, all of whoever made it happen. I was at my house, and I live on Dorchester, and the police, he tagged someone for speeding.
Oh.
And then, within 5 minutes, he tagged another one. And then within another couple of minutes, he tagged another one going down John Daly. And then I emailed everybody. I said, hey, look at this. Because I take pictures. I should have brought them. And then they go, oh, yeah, the guy's sitting over there, too. What a nice guy. He's Chinese. I don't know his name. And I offered him water. And he said, oh, no, I can't take it because I'm on a job. It's just water. He said, no, that's okay. But I just want to say thank you very much for doing a wonderful job. But I think I still need the camera and more lights. Is that okay? You know, because I'm not always there. But I'm really home a lot too. So thank you. I'm done. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Mappa, thank you so much for the comments.
I have to see this guy too because my PG&E bill was like, and there's only two of us, over $600. So, I mean, I'm on a fixed income, you know what I mean? So I have to see him because he's going to help me, right? Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Mappa. First of all, not too often do we get compliments as to the work that city staff performs. I'm glad that you basically are our eyes and ears and our constituents out there, and we like to hear stories like this. As for your PG&E bill, yeah, mine was about 602, and there's only two of us. However, that gentleman who you pointed out, if you have a water leak, that's the one you talk to, not PG&E. But that's okay. Yeah, your comments are in the record, and we acknowledge your comments. But thank you for sharing. Thank you very much. All right, the next item on the agenda is, the next speaker is Jim Laramie, and he would like to talk about streets, trees, and a sidewalk problem. Good evening, Mr. Laramie.
Hi,
and
good
thank you
evening.
for coming to speak with us.
The homes on West Cavour Street are were built in the 1930s and 40s. The streets weren't designed for trees on the sidewalk. but the ecology excitement of the 70s, I guess, got things moving. They decided to put these trees in. Now we have everything underground, gas underground, sewer underground, water underground, and you know how insidious the roots of trees can be into these things. So we have the park department putting in trees that are inappropriate. They're too big, and they're huge, and they're terrible messes. And I've been having backup when I have a heavy rain, which I didn't have before. And and the guy from and the other thing that it's doing, the trees, is it's buckling the sidewalks. So they've had to come in two or three times, and it's like a $10,000 job to have to pull the old sidewalk out and put the new one in. And so it seems to me like it's kind of like, it seems fishy to me, like there's like the park department and the street workers are saying, well, this tree, here, you'll have to go in and take this out. So now so we've had in front of 61 West Cavour, and also I have a sister that lives at 22 who has a walking disability, and the lighting's poor, and the sidewalks are buckling from these trees. So I'd like to get the tree in front of 55 and 61 removed.
All right, thank you, Mr. Laramie, for the information. Before you go, sir, I'd just like for you to know that we cannot take action on items that are not on the agenda. However, by you appearing before council tonight to express your concerns, it has been duly noted, and it may appear later on in another meeting as an agenda item, or the city will probably do some follow-up based upon your recommendations.
Okay.
So just wanted to thank you so much for
All
being
right,
here
thanks.
this evening. Thank you very much. All right, council members, with that being said, we have no further cards, so I'm going to close the oral comment at this time.
Motion to close?
Okay, Councilmember Di Giovanni, I have a motion to close oral comment at this time. I'll entertain a second.
Second.
There's a first and second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of closing the oral comments at this time, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you, Councilmember Di Giovanni. That is carried. All right, the next item on the agenda is the consent agenda. And looks like we have 1, 2, 3,
Yes.
4.
Through the mayor?
Mayor,
Go ahead.
Okay. I heard Pam first. Go ahead,
Pam.
Councilmember Di Giovanni.
I'd like to pull item number 4, please.
Got it? Councilmember,
I think we already voted on the consent, because that was the one that, didn't we vote on the consent agenda?
Not on the
No.
consent.
we didn't,
No?
No.
Okay.
not yet.
No?
No.
Okay.
Okay. So, right now, we have Councilmember Di Giovanni pulling item number 4.
I'd like to pull item number 13.
13.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Manalo. Anyone else? All right, so what I'm heard thus far, I'll entertain a motion to pull items, to approve the consent agenda with the exceptions of item number 4 and number 13.
Motion to approve?
Do we have a second? I'll make the second.
Thank you.
Okay, any further discussion? All those in favor of approving the consent agenda with the exception of number 4 and 13, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? The motion passes. Thank you very much. And for item number 4, to accept the fiscal year 2025 annual comprehensive financial report. Mr. Nevin, good to see you, sir, and you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mayor and council members. Item number 4 is accepting fiscal year 2025 Annual Comprehensive Financial Report, otherwise known as the ACFR. The financial records of the City of Daly City are subject to an annual independent audit, which is performed by Mays and Associates. The audit is performed in conformance with generally accepted auditing standards in the United States and includes a comprehensive review of the financial records and the internal control procedures in place which safeguard the city's assets. The independent auditor's report contained in the ACFR indicates that the financial statements present fairly in all material respects the financial position of the city as of June 30th, 2025. This opinion is considered, quote, clean or, quote, unmodified, which means that the financial records reflect appropriately the financial activity of fiscal year 2025. The ACFR contains the financial activity of all of the city's funds and account groups. It is presented in a manner designed to fairly set forth the financial position and results of operations of the city as measured by the financial activity of various funds. All disclosures necessary to enable the reader to gain maximum understanding of the city's financial activities are included. Each year, the ACFR is submitted to the Government Finance Officers Association Award Program for the Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting. Daly City received the award for prior year fiscal year 24, and staff anticipates that the city will be successful in attaining the award for fiscal year 2025. Staff recommends acceptance of the fiscal year 2025 annual comprehensive financial report, and I'm available to provide any additional information. And Mr. Mayor, if I may, I'd like to provide some additional information at this moment.
Thank you, Mr. Nevin. Please do.
Should I propose the question?
No, he's going to provide some additional information, Councilmember
I have a
Giovanni.
question.
I'll let Mr. Nevin give his full report, and then you can feel free. Yes, Mr. Nevin.
The information that I will provide in addition to the staff report is in response to Councilmember Di Giovanni's earlier question this evening, if you would prefer that she ask that, and then I can go into my...
Councilmember Di Giovanni, would that be okay with you? You want to provide your
Is it okay?
concerns?
Thank you,
Okay.
Mayor, through the mayor. Thank you, Mr. Nevin, appreciate it. I sent earlier the question on our Mays Associates. They're on the consultants, so for the public knows, they actually audit a lot of our budgets and approve. So my question was, just for clarifying, I'm sure it's okay, on one of the booklets, it has schedule of findings and question cost, and it has all the check boxes, and it says they identified a significant deficiency has been identified, and then they checked yes to be identified. Then I took the other booklet to look for the deficiency, and the other booklet was the Memorandum of Internal Control Schedule of Significant Deficiency. And then prior to that, on the page prior, it says the deficiency in internal control exists when the design or operation of a control does not allow management or employees in the normal course of performing their assigned functions to prevent or direct and correct misstatements on a timely basis. A material weakness is a deficiency or a combination of deficiencies. And I just wanted to know if you could clarify that for me, because and then they said something with the year prior. We consider the deficiency in internal control included on the schedule of significant deficiency to be a significant deficiency. Thank you, Mr. Nevin, and thank you to the city manager for taking my question and sending it to you. I appreciate it prior to the meeting.
Thank you, Council Member. In response to the question, and thank you for the question, the significant deficiencies as discussed by Mays in their reports, and Councilmember Di Giovanni is referring to reports that through the city manager I sent to the city council on February 5th, 2026. It included 7 reports directly from Mays and Associates that are directly linked and related to the compilation of our 2025 ACFR that I referred to in the report, which I'm holding a copy of here. This ACFR is available on the city's website, as are all the prior year ACFRs as well. In regard to the memos that Mays and Associates created for council that was forwarded to, again, to the council on February 5th, includes a few reports, one being a single audit report and also another, a memorandum on internal control. They refer to that as a MOIC, the abbreviation for that, the acronym, excuse me. Just to go back to the word significant deficiency, those are items that auditors look for each year when they do an audit with the city. The auditors reach out to us. They come a couple times a year. They take over our finance conference room for about 2 weeks. They discuss and ask questions of staff, request reports, and questions, and staff has a lot of interaction with the auditors while they're physically present. Then they create their full reports. Each year, what auditors look for are trying to find significant deficiencies in internal controls, and they identify those for city staff. They're very important because then we're allowed to figure out how those internal controls became deficient and what we can do as a city to correct those. So that's what we do every year in looking at major deficiencies. They're also just called audit findings. Those are the normal terms for those, the audit findings. So going back to fiscal year, just to give a little history on the one that's remaining, because you asked a question specifically about the only remaining audit finding that the city does have. But in fiscal year 2022, the city had 8 audit findings dropped. What that means is that the auditors identified a finding, staff addressed the finding, the auditors confirmed that staff addressed the finding, and then it was removed from their list each year. That's the process, and it's usually a multi-year process when a finding is brought to the city's attention. In fiscal year 2022, the auditors dropped 8 findings that the city had had prior to fiscal year 2022, and they had 3 new findings that year. In fiscal year 2023, the auditors dropped 7 findings from prior years. They added 2 additional findings that year. In fiscal year 2024, last year, the auditors dropped 5 findings from prior years and had 0 new findings for the city, which we were very proud of in finance, especially accounting. In fiscal year 2025, the most recent year where the ACFR is completed, the auditors dropped 2 additional findings from prior years, and again, for a second year in a row, had 0 new findings for the city. As you can see, we've had a lot of findings dropped over just the last 4 fiscal years, and very minimal new findings that we've already addressed. We have 1 finding left on the auditor's report, just 1. And that finding is just related to, and I could read a portion of that. There's an internal control where which it's related to our new financial system. By going live with our new financial system, we're going to be able to address that last and final audit finding that the auditors have. And the new system that we implemented through Tyler, it's called Tyler ERP, has 2 components to it. One is financials, and the other component is an HR payroll component to it. They call it HCM, Human Capital Management. The financials went live July 1st, 2025, and we will go live with our HCM system for the first payroll in July of the next fiscal year, 2027. So it'll go live basically late June 2026 this year. Once we have that new system in place, we will be able to address the finding that the auditors had. And then once the auditors confirm that, then at that point, we will have no findings whatsoever. Of course, in future years, they can find additional findings, and we'll work on those as we go. But I just point that out because I'm glad that the question was asked, number one. And number two, I just wanted to talk about the great work that the accounting division is doing. Another city reached out to us recently asking, how many findings do you have? Don't tell us about what the findings are, but are you having findings drop off? Are you adding findings? So we were really happy to report where we were in Daly City in terms of our internal controls. So we're extremely proud about that. So once our new system goes live this year, we will address that last finding. So I hope that answers your question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing was, I think that what were in a capsule, because I know that it's a lot to explain. What exactly were the deficiency? Were you able to tell the council what the?
Yes, the deficiency was related to which staff perform a particular function. So
Oh,
in this
okay.
new system, we're going to have a separation of duties from payroll staff entering information into one part of the financial system and then paying staff on the other side. In the new system, human resources staff will be entering the information into the system, and then payroll staff will be on the
okay.
other side of that. So then the auditors will have a clean finding, and we'll remove that from our findings, and that will be accomplished in our new system. We're working on that now.
Thank you, Mr. Nevin. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Nevin. Any further comments or questions for Mr. Nevin? Councilmember Manalo.
Thank you,
please.
Mayor. I really appreciate it. I just want to say thank you for the amazing work on the comprehensive review. Really, I think it's so important for us to see where we're at as far as our fiduciary responsibilities, and whether it's forecasting where we're at to date. It quite excellent work on, and kudos to you and your entire team.
Yes, excellent.
Anyone else? Okay, Mr. Nevin, thank you so much for the report. Councilmember DiGiovanni, thank you for bringing up that concern. I always try to start with the good parts first. Okay?
And it really wasn't, I'm sure he was competent through the mayor but I just wanted to clarify it for the public. Yeah.
Not a problem, but
Thank you.
just like to make a comment, and as always, I always start off with the good parts first. The good part is Councilmember Manalo beat me to the punch because I've made a little asterisk up here. Kudos to you,
Yep.
the job that you do, and your staff. Being a member of a credit union where we have auditors come in, I do understand they actually take over a certain area, and if they ask for something, you have to give it to them. And sometimes I think they purposely look for something a little small and will use the big words like a deficiency. And I realize that. But except in the credit union and the banking role, what will turn out based upon the findings, in which I've tried to write down every one that you made mention, 8 in 2022, 7 in 2023, 5 in 20. My numbers could be a little bit off, but then the magic number that I heard was a 0 new finding. So I think that's excellent. But in the banking world, if you have these specific deficiencies, what they will do is lower your CAMEL rating. And when you get to a certain point, you could be subject to a takeover by the federal regulators. But seeing and hearing what I've heard this evening, I think that's outstanding.
Yeah.
And I want to commend you and your staff on the work that you do and in working with the regulators. The last comment I would like to make is I apologize. I just got the report this evening and I couldn't read both the books. Maybe later on in the future, if you can just let us know, hey, you got the financials, it's in your mailbox, please do let us know. But at the same time, I will try to do better in trying to stay up on that. But other than that, great work. All right. So with that being said, I'll entertain a motion. I'll leave that up to Councilmember DiGiovanni, if you would like to approve item number 4.
I'd like to make a motion to approve on item number 4, please.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Vice Mayor Perano. Any further discussion? All those in favor of approving item number 4, say aye.
Aye. Thank you,
Any
Mr. Nevin.
opposed? Any abstentions? Motion passes. Thank you very much, Mr. Nevin. All right, the next item on the consent agenda is item number 13. And Councilmember Manalo had asked to pull this item. So who was here to discuss item? Oh, Councilmember Manalo, go ahead.
Yes, the reason I pulled this item, especially around the child care center on 280 92nd Street. I think it's so important for our community to know that there has been a longstanding childcare facility right around the corner. Childcare is essential to our community, building kids close to City Hall, also to county services, helps families thrive. And so for me, I think even sharing with the public that does not know that there is literally a child care center close to City Hall. And many families, whether they have been city workers or county workers, have been able to, and those in the public have been able to utilize the service. And I think it's such a delight. I know that city staff gets to see the young children every Halloween when they visit. And I think that it is such an integral part to our community here in our city. I would say the city blocks that we have with our buildings. And so I just wanted to pull that item in respect to the many children that have gone through there. And I know that there's many staff's children that have gone through there as well. And so it's such an essential, I think, piece to the fabric of our society, and we need to have more opportunities for childcare. So thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Manalo. Any further comments? I'll make one. Councilmember Manalo, very well said. And when you get up in age like myself, I'm not going to compare myself with others because I know there are others here on the council, hint, hint, who definitely participate in the child care of young ones. And myself, I have 8 of them. And you think it's all over, but taking care of the children is very, very important, kind of keeps you young. I believe the county is also working on something, and they do recognize that we need more child care. So outstanding, very well said, Councilmember Manalo, and I'm glad you pulled that item. All right, so I guess that was just a comment. You didn't want to make you want to make a motion to approve?
Happy to do so, Mayor. Motion to approve item number 13.
Second?
Okay, we have a first and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor of approving item number 13, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion passes. Thank you all. Thank you all very much. All right. That's the end of the consent agenda. Moving on, we have public hearings, and we're moving on to item number 14, and public hearing to consider adoption of an entertainment zone ordinance pursuant to state law SB 969, and I'll have our staff, Maybell Magno, please. Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and council members. I also have Assistant City Manager Tim Nevin and Chief Cameron Christensen with me. So this item adopts a local ordinance required by state law to allow Daly City to activate entertainment zones under SB 969. Without council adoption, outdoor alcohol consumption in public spaces remains illegal, even during permitted events. This ordinance is about legal compliance, public safety, and economic competitiveness, not expanding alcohol access broadly. Why this is needed now? This law took effect on January 1, January 1, 2025. But local legislative action is mandatory before any city can use it. Daly City hosts large community events and corridor activations that already rely on pedestrian-oriented public spaces. Neighboring jurisdictions are moving forward now that ABC guidance has clarified implementation expectations. And adopting now ensures we're not forced into a last-minute or informal workarounds that create liability or enforcement risk. So what the ordinance does is it establishes a framework, not automatic zones or permanent open container areas, which requires defined geographic boundaries, limited days and hours, approved container types, strict age verification protocols, police department coordination, and event-specific zone management plans. So it's about public safety and control. This is a controlled model, not a free-for-all. Police retain full enforcement authority and ABC oversight remains unchanged. Zones can be suspended, modified, or revoked if issues arise. And every activation requires security and staffing plans scaled to event size, clear signage and boundary controls, trash and recycling plans, and incident reporting requirements. And this ordinance also requires a biennial review to evaluate impacts and make adjustments. The adoption of the ordinance does not create new fees or staffing costs, and costs, if any, are handled event by event through existing special event permits. But this avoids unfounded mandates while preserving flexibility. And then also the economic development rationale is that this supports local restaurants and bars, not outside vendors. It encourages people to stay longer, walk corridors, and circulate between businesses. And it also keeps Daly City competitive with regional peers already implementing entertainment zones, and provides a predictable legal structure that businesses and event organizers can plan around. So this ordinance gives the city legal authority, control, and flexibility. It aligns with state law, protects public safety, and supports local economic activity. And staff recommends the adoption to ensure Daly City is prepared, compliant, and competitive for any upcoming events. Staff is available for any questions.
Thank you, Ms. Manuel. Chief, any further that you want to add? Because I do have some questions that I'm going to ask a little bit later. But if you have anything, please, because you may even answer my questions.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No, I have nothing else to add, other than the
Okay.
fact that the police department will be involved. It's similar to the special event permits that we've had in the past, where they need to supply all the event information, which she already outlined as far as the location, number of attendees, the type of alcohol, hours of operation, any concerns we've had in the past about prior history at whatever the location may have been, things of that nature. And we'll take a holistic view of what the request is, work with staff specifically. Part of that process is reaching out to all departments as well to ensure that there's no engineering concerns, right-of-way concerns, fire safety concerns, so everyone has an opportunity to provide feedback in that process. And then take that information amongst staff and make a recommendation to the event request.
Thank you, Chief. Mr. Nevin, anything?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I would just say that we've had some internal meetings, of course, discussing this ordinance before bringing it to council. My main questions were whether the police chief was comfortable with it, as well as the city attorney, whether she was comfortable with bringing this forward and in terms of what it contains. So I was satisfied with that.
Thank you, Mr. Nevin. All right, I'll open it up to my colleagues here on the dais if anyone has any questions or comments for staff. Vice Mayor Perano.
Thank you. Just wanted to thank you for this report and for working on this. I know as we have more and more events coming up, we need something like this in place, and I look forward to the events that we will have, that it's going to make it easier for us to have these celebrations. So thank you, and thank you to everybody.
Anyone else? Councilmember Di Giovanni.
Dr. Rob?
Oh, go ahead.
You sure?
I'll go after you.
Okay. Thank you, Mayor. Through the mayor. Yeah, I also want to thank you for looking and being due diligence, not just because it's a state law, but to making sure that there are a lot of safety aspects when all of you work together on this. So I think that it's important, and a lot of thought went into it, and thank the city attorney as well. So thank you very much, because like you said, we have a lot of large events, and we need to make sure that we're okay. And the people are okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Di Giovanni. Anyone else? Dr. Rod?
All right, so I'm a sucker for origin stories, and just want to know how this came about, right? I think it's a great idea, and I know that San Francisco and some other cities are implementing something like this already. But I just want to know, like, how did it arrive towards Daly City to come? How did it get here?
The state
The
told
state?
us so,
mandating.
yes.
Okay.
But before that, prior to that, SF and San Jose did have entertainment zones already. I believe, at least locally, SF was the first one to have an entertainment zone, especially because they had a lot of huge informal events like the Castro Halloween event that had been going on for decades and was just way too big for the city to help try to control, and the 420 event as well. So
Okay. Yeah,
at least locally,
gotcha.
it came out of SF, and then the state followed.
Okay. Can you give me examples of how it's going to be implemented in Daly City? Is it going to be like for instance, if it's going to be like a top of the hill festival, and it'll just be for that time and space for that duration at a time? Is that an example?
Yes,
Are there going to be other
absolutely.
examples?
So there are boundaries in which the event producer, even if it's the city that's producing the event, has to designate the actual boundaries and say no alcohol beyond this point. We can take it as far as how SF goes and actually have people waiting at the event points and, making sure people aren't bringing alcohol in or out from those points. But the ABC Act wouldn't be triggered unless somebody were to toggle that there will be alcohol at the event. So you can still throw an event at Marchbanks or wherever. If there's no alcohol, then it's not going to trigger this act.
I know this is about alcohol. Is there anything that's regarding, and I guess this might be off topic, but on topic, is there anything that's regarded the same thing similar to this, but with cannabis?
Not at this time, not from the state, but
Okay.
jurisdictions can have consumption laws if they
Okay.
choose.
All right, so I got just two other questions. So for evaluation for every 2 years, what type of specific data are we looking for to see if this is successful every 2 years?
Well, one, if there are any applicants.
Okay.
Two, if there were any incidents at the events and what was the response to that, how quick the city was able to respond, how well it matched the event producer's management plan, since we do have to have that as part of the permit application, with, detailing security and emergency management and all of that. So I think those are a couple of great success indicators.
Yes. Having young people in the crowd here, how do we cipher out who gets to have possession of drinks? Like if somebody had a fake ID, how do we distinguish who has the legal boundaries of having a drink or?
There has to be some sort of mechanism for age verification.
Okay.
So typically, they would have some kind of bracelet
Okay.
that is on them tightly, hopefully where they've already been verified by somebody designated to verify age.
Okay. All right. And then if we wanted to terminate it before it gets to a certain, every 2 years, how would we go about that just if it's not successful?
So the ordinance establishes the zones where we can have this
Okay.
type of alcohol. But within the program itself, the city has the authority to go ahead and revoke that.
Got it. Okay.
And just so you know, I know it does establish that the alcohol is related to a business or an entity that already has an alcohol permit.
Got it.
So
Okay, that
they
makes
are an
sense.
extension of that.
Got it. Okay.
Oh, okay.
In terms of, so let's just say that because of, so if it was like a place that already has alcohol, is there limitations on what type of alcohol can be distributed?
Yes, absolutely. So it depends on the alcohol license they already possess. So
Okay.
if they only own a certain type for beer and wine, then that's all they can sell. And on top, they also have to have a catering license through the state, which Cameron would have to sign off on for every event.
Okay. Well, it feels like there's enough layers and filters for this to be safe. So I think this is a great idea for Daly City, and it provides a place for a partnership with PD, our city leaders, our events, and then especially for our community that wants to have a good time responsibly. But thank you. Go ahead, Mayor.
Thank you, Dr. Rod. Councilmember Manalo.
Thank you, Mayor. So as far as origin story, and I just want to respond, Senator Scott Wiener was the one that authored this bill. And so I think in conjunction with what was happening in San Francisco, being able to really build more events, if you've seen Downtown First Thursdays,
Yes.
that is kind of one of the first entertainment zones in the county of San Francisco, and then has evolved to other areas. And so really brought forth as a economic development tool. And we've seen that. I mean, if it was not just last Thursday, in conjunction with the Super Bowl, that it was a full-on sea of people. I think it's important that, we are pretty much mandated, and I think it's great timing with the work that we're doing here in Daly City in regards to that. But my question is, in regards to the implementation piece of it, we call entertainment zone, but how does it work when a zone is implemented? Because I don't see it here as far as the steps, like.
When a producer applies for an event permit, the zone would potentially be activated when the producer toggles that there will be alcohol at the event. So it would still be at that point, part of an application process. And then it would go through review by the police department to make sure they ticked all the checks and made sure that all of the requirements are in before approving it, and the approval would activate the entertainment zone.
Okay. And then where does the approval end as far as the implementation? Does it end with chief? That's what I'm trying to understand. Like, if people are watching, they want to be able to do this, understanding what those next steps are.
Yeah, my understanding is I'm kind of the central control of the overall permit itself. So the request will come in through an online portal. There are several toggle sections in there that will acknowledge, the presence of children or alcohol or anything that will then key different requirements and different levels of approval. And as I had mentioned previously, all city departments are involved in the approval process to ensure that nobody has any concerns, depending on where the location is. Is there a public right-of-way? Is it city streets? Is it something to that extent? To include the city attorney's office as well for any insurance requirements or any concerns that they may have. At the end of that, I'll send out a report to the entire city department staff and get a report back to make sure that there are no concerns. If there's not, from that point is when I would approve the special event permit through the city and work with Maybell to issue that.
Okay, thank you very much. That was very clear. I wanted those that may be interested in maybe doing a festival or event to understand what that process would look like. Also, I think that, every 2 years, we would look at the entertainment zone policy. I think that is helpful. I think in any policies that we have, it's important for us to review on an annual basis, or not annual, at least biannual or basis in that regard. But this is a great thing. I think that we need it. Obviously it's mandated, but I think there's definitely an alignment with the work that we're doing. And, such as the Top of the Hill Festival and also Kasayahan. I know that there's been alcohol there as well. And so I think in a very responsible way that everyone can have a good time in that regard. So, yeah, thank you for the work on this. And it's great that our region is actually pushing it forth,
Yep.
right? Our state senator that represents us is pushing it forward. So I feel like we're all in sync.
Thank you, Councilmember Manalo. Anyone else?
Just one quick question.
Sure, Dr. Rod, please.
And just to be for clarification for the public, they have to purchase the alcohol beverages on site. It's not like this BYOB, I mean, bring your own beer type of thing, right?
That is correct.
Okay, just want to make it clear before folks come through with their own drinks. They're like, entertainment zone? Bring my own drinks.
We want that economic activity for our businesses.
Okay, that's it for me.
Great, thank you so much, Dr. Rod. Did you just bring up the ordinance, SB 969?
No, I didn't.
Well, I had the opportunity while everyone was talking to bring up the ordinance, and I generally don't ask a question that I already don't have the answer for. So basically, I have no questions. Ms. Magno, I want to say you did an outstanding job because you basically answered all the questions before turning once to defer to the city attorney to get some information. I have to commend you for that because it shows me how much work you have put into this in moving forward. So I want to say the following. The City and County of San Francisco slated to implement the first entertainment zone in 2025 under SB 969. The entertainment zone defines a zone created by city, county, or city and county ordinance that authorize consumption of one or more types of alcoholic beverages on public streets, sidewalks, or public rights-of-way adjacent to and during a special event or licensed by a department. While this presents opportunities for public engagement, the law includes specific conditions to prevent misuse and ensure safety. And I'm sure council can recall that under ABC, it was alcohol beverage control. There are requirements throughout the states about the consumption and who you can sell the alcohol to. And there was one question that Dr. Rod had asked, well, how are you going to identify these folks? And Ms. Magno says, well, they'll have bracelets. And, I think that's it's good. It shows that you were thinking ahead just in case this came up. And that was actually a good question. I was going to save this point for last, but I'll say it now. If we don't allow this, then people are going to hide and take advantage and abuse the law. Police will have more work to do, have to go after folks. Oh, you're underage, or what you got in the bag. It won't happen under this. This is another layer of security to assist us all in moving ahead. Challenges. And Ms. Magno and Chief, you covered it. So some of the challenges exist. Dr. Rod, first of all, they talk about purchasing alcohol. You can only purchase it through an authorized person within the zone. Mm-hmm. And number two, it has to be consumed on the premises. Yes. So they just can't walk around. Well, I don't know how you're going to work that out, but they can't just walk around with it. But I'm sure you've got a mechanism to ensure that. You have to control access points, preventing underage drinking, and managing crowd behavior. To maintain accountability, cities must review the operation of the entertainment zones every 2 years, is what Councilmember Manalo and Dr. Rod had asked. Well, how are we going to review this? And when we look at this, and I depend on the police department, and as Ms. Manuel said, to provide the statistics and to let us all know how it came about. There was one part, oh, here it is. Challenges remain: crowd safety, waste management, and potential disruptions for nearby residents. So we're thinking about the residents who live in the area also. And I think you have to balance the benefits of entertainment zones with these challenges, and it will require careful planning and public engagement. So with all that being said, I think an excellent job has been done. This provides additional layer of security. I appreciate the collaboration amongst staff, and that's all I have to say. I basically, again, I don't have any questions, but I have to give you all kudos, and I think this is really going to propel us forward. So thank you all so much, and those are my comments. All right, anyone else have any comments before we move? Vice Mayor, you have that look. You sure you want to?
It's just real quick. I think the perfect example was the Top of the Hill event. And many of us were there. What an event. And it was well planned and it was well executed. And I think that's a perfect example to this bill. So again, thank you so much.
All right, so hearing none, what I like to do is open it up to the public for any comments or additional concerns that anyone may have. At this particular time, I have no cards, but I'll still put it out there if anyone wants to speak to this matter before council moves on. All right, so I'll entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
Motion to close the public hearing?
We have a first by Councilmember DiGiovanni. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Vice Mayor Perano. So we're closing the public hearing at this time. The next is to obtain a motion for city attorney to read by title only.
Motion for city attorney to read by title only.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, motion by Councilmember Manalo, second by Councilmember DiGiovanni. All those in favor of having the city attorney read by title only, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, Madam City Attorney, would you kindly indulge us?
Thank you. This is an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Daly City, adding Chapter 5.96 to the Daly City Municipal Code to establish an entertainment zone program pursuant to California Business and Professions Code, Sections 23339, 23357, 25690, 25691, and 25692, as amended by SB 969. So council may introduce an ordinance.
Happy to introduce it, Mayor, if I may.
Councilmember Manalo, you will introduce the ordinance, and you've chosen to do so. Okay. With that being said, I guess we can move on. So it's been adopted, and thank you all so much for
Thank
all the
you.
work that has gone into this.
Thanks, Mayville.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chief. Thanks.
All right. Item number 15, public hearing on issuance of tax-exempt bonds for 493 Eastmore Apartments and resolution approving the issuance of bonds. Mr. Lunkhausen, thank you very much, and you have the floor, sir.
Yes, thank you, Mayor, members of the City Council. This is a TEFRA hearing for the issuance of tax-exempt bonds at 493 Eastmore. Those of you who may be familiar with that project, it's a 72-unit mixed-use building that will be under construction soon at Sullivan and Eastmore. The City Council is required to conduct a Tax Equity and Fiscal Responsibility Act hearing in consideration of issuance of the tax-exempt bond financing by the California Statewide Community Development Authority for the benefit of Eastmore Multifamily LP. This hearing would allow for the provision of financing for the acquisition, construction, improvement, and equipping of the 72-unit multifamily building. And again, the resolution would approve the issuance of bonds by the statewide Community Development Authority not to exceed $25 million. That's not the cost to Daly City, but that's the overall bonding amount by the authority. So that's in summary. There's a representative from Core Communities, Christy Marbre's here, if the council has any questions, and then staff's also available to answer any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Lockhausen. Does anyone on the dais have questions for the representative or this project at all? I do.
Go ahead.
Can you kindly refresh our memory as to how much Daly City is putting towards this project?
Yes. So back in 2022, the city staff brought to the city council a conditional allocation of 1.1 million, essentially $1.1 million of home funds and $1.1 million of home ARP funds and up to $2.9 million of permanent PLHA funds for the 72-unit building. Yeah, so based on the current development cost estimates, the developer estimated a funding gap at that time of $13.2 million, so there was a need to close that gap. The city allocated $511 for in 2021. There was an allocation of, for 2020, and in 2021, an allocation of $795,000.
Did that include the HART funds?
I don't know, Mayor, if that included the HART
Right.
funds.
Well, I recall
Let me see.
on council
Yeah.
bringing this before, and that HART was also going to be providing some funds as well. And I'm very happy. Now, you had made mention since 2021.
Yes.
It's about time.
Yes, this project's been waiting for funding for quite some time, and it's finally going to come out of the ground. Yeah, we're very happy about it.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Lockhausen. Okay, any further comments from anyone else on the dais? Hearing none.
Oh, Mayor.
Yes. Oh, Councilmember Manalo, please.
I just want to echo what you mentioned. It's long overdue. I think that we've seen that corner of Eastmore empty for quite some time, and seeing the different renditions of affordable housing, and to see this come to us again, it's very exciting. Knowing that there are really funds now to move this forward. So I'm very excited along with all of you.
Thank you, Councilmember.
Thank you.
Sure. Councilmember DiGiovanni, please.
Yes, it's a long time overdue, and then now more than ever, affordable housing is so needed. I thought that the project originally, even when I was on the planning commission, the design, the bicycle, being able to get to Tacoma BART, everything on that corner, because that's not an easy corner. You know, when you see a corner, that's usually not where people look. And I'm glad we have a great interest and a great partner. And thank you for all the work that everybody's done to try to get it moving. And I know things have changed at the state, but we're here. So it's exciting to see it finally is moving, and timing is everything. So I do hope that corner will be developed and it'll look nice and people will have a roof over their head. And it's going to be a great project. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilmember.
Thank you, Councilmember DiGiovanni. Anyone else? No? Okay, I'd like to open to the public for any comments or additions to this project. And I don't have any cards at this time. All right, seeing no one, I entertain a motion to close the public hearing at this time.
Motion to close public hearing.
We got a first by Councilmember DiGiovanni. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Dr. Rod. Thank you very much. All those in favor of closing the public hearing, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing and seeing none. I'll entertain a motion to adopt the resolution on the issuance of tax exempt bonds for 493 Eastmore Apartments.
Motion to approve?
We have a
Second.
We have a motion by Councilmember Manalo, a second by Councilmember Di Giovanni. Any further comments? Hearing and seeing none, can I have a roll call vote, please?
Ms. DiGiovanni,
Aye.
Dr. Rod,
Aye.
Ms. Perano,
Aye.
Ms. Manalo,
Aye.
Mr. Sylvester.
Glenn Sylvester, aye. The motion passes. Thank you very much, Mr. Lunkhausen, and to the representative from CORE as well. We wish you the best of luck.
Yes.
Okay, absolutely. And thank you for your persistence and due diligence and not giving up on us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, the next item on the agenda is appointments for board, commission, membership, and committee appointments.
Mayor?
Yes,
I
Councilmember
do have an appointment. I have an appointment to the Women's Commission.
Women's Commission?
Yes.
Okay, please.
I'd like to appoint Lizelle Chan.
Oh, wow. That's a good one.
Dr. Rod, you approve?
I approve.
Okay. Did we get the name or?
Oh, Lizelle Chan.
Right,
Yeah.
okay, so I just want to make sure staff gets it. Lizelle Chan. Okay,
Oh, good.
so, Councilmember Manalo, and taking the words from our city attorney, she would like to nominate, right?
Yeah, I would
Lizelle Chan.
love to nominate Lizelle Chan for the Women's Commission.
Thank you very much, and we have a second by Dr. Rod. Any further comments?
One resigned.
With that being said, I'll take a voice vote. Does that do, or you want a roll call vote, Madam City Attorney? A voice vote. Okay, all those in favor of the appointment by Councilmember Manalo of Lizelle Chan to the Women's Commission, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion passes. Thank you, Councilmember Manalo. You have any further?
No,
Nope,
that's the
not
one
at
I
this
have.
time.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Not at this time.
I just want to let you know, I am working on mine, so I will hopefully have it at the next meeting. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Vice Mayor Perano. No pressure. All right.
Well, I think I should do it now since I know that Mayor is on a mission. I'd like to reappoint Angela Lagarta to the Library Board of Trustees.
You know, Councilmember Manalo, you have a good sense of intuition and premonition, because I was going to make mention of something later on in line with what Vice Mayor said, but I don't want to go off something. I'll talk about that later. Angela Lagarta?
Did I read your mind? There's synergy?
Huh?
Yes.
Yeah,
and-
I mean, we're on that
Yeah.
page. All right.
Yeah.
Those libraries.
Angela Lagarta.
She had to, I think, from family issues,
Okay.
she needed attended to, but she now has the time to come back.
Thank
And I
you.
know her colleagues have reached out to her to come back to the board.
Okay.
She's been very active in connecting resources
Oh,
to
yeah.
the library. I think recently she also another grant to support from Bank of America.
Great,
Right.
okay. So Councilmember Manalo has made a nomination. I'll entertain.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Di Giovanni. Any further discussion? All those in favor, Angela Lagarta to be,
Library Board of Trustee.
Huh?
Library Board of Trustee.
yeah, is it City Attorney?
Oh.
Is that a nomination or reappointment?
Appoint.
Okay. When did-
Nominate, reappoint, or
Okay.
appoint.
Gotcha. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? Congratulations. All right, we're still on council committees. Appointments, board commission, membership, committee appointment. Okay, moving on to item number 16. Council committee reports. Vice Mayor? Vice Mayor, please.
Yes, thank you. We had an ad hoc committee meeting regarding the commissioners with Mayor Sylvester and staff, and I thought it went well, and I think that's what he meant about intuition. So that was amazing. So we did do that. And I did attend as well the illegal dumping committee meeting with various staff and public services representative, and I thought that was very productive, and want to thank Leilani Ramos for that meeting. I thought it went well. And then I just had a few other things, but that I attended. Should I wait on that? I can wait on that.
Is it a committee?
No, that's why I say I can wait on that.
That comes.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
yes. All right, anyone else for council committee reports? City council. No one? All right, well, since Vice Mayor started off, I'll kind of elaborate a little bit.
Yes, thank you. I was happy. Oh, I'm sorry.
Right.
Should I say my other things now that my?
Oh, no, because I'm going to.
Oh, yes, sir. Go ahead. Reiterate.
Tail on to what you said.
Very good.
Thank you, Vice Mayor Perano. I had my first meeting with the Illegal Dumping Committee. And I have to give kudos to Vice Mayor Perano because every so often I see her post on Facebook and say, come on, Daly City, you can do better. Vice Mayor drives around the city and if she sees illegal dumping, she'll let you know. So I like the collaboration with staff, the police department, our debris, and other staff, code enforcement, and I learned a lot. So that was good to be a part of. Vice Mayor and I worked on the ad hoc committee regarding our commissioners, and we see that we can perhaps make things better for our commissioners. It's a very, very important job with our commissioners, and we, since 2024, folks have reached out, basically commissioners, and they're concerned about 3 areas that we're working on. One is current vacancies, 2 is attendance, and what's the last one? I forgot. I know it was 3.
Really? Because attendance
Attendance?
and participation, as well as, is there a third one?
Well, Madam City Attorney, you recall? I think it was 3 things. But that's okay. All right, we're working on it. And we're
Yes,
trying to
we
come
are.
up with a mechanism to increase participation. And because being a commissioner is a very, very important role. And the city council, basically, they act as an advisory capacity to the city council. And it somewhat helps us out to make decisions. So just wanted to let you know that an update is coming. Ms. Mappa, can you hear me? Am I, all right, good enough. I'll try to talk a little bit louder. I met with Vice Mayor on that. We both spoke about that. All right, this is committees, right? Okay, I'm still on committees. I had the opportunity to attend the Department of Emergency Management meeting on January 29th. It's over and it's done with. It was all about preparation for the Super Bowl and joint exercises, and it's over and done with. And great that it went down, the Super Bowl. Many things happened in our city in the collaboration with all the law enforcement, transit authorities, even talked about how you deal with Waymos and et cetera. So I think that was a good meeting. I got a whole binder here, but what was very important to me was the Super Bowl and how it was going to be handled. So that's that on council committees. I think there was one more, but I can't find it right now, but that's all I have. Anything else for council committees? Okay. Okay. Vice Mayor Perano, this is your time now. We'll turn, this is
you.
for city council.
Thank you.
Events.
Well, on Monday, January 26th at 7:30 in the morning,
Oh, my goodness.
yes, we were there. There was the Marchbanks Park groundbreaking with our colleagues here, our mayor, Sylvester, council members Rod Das Magual and Justin Manalo, as well as city manager Tom Piccolotti, Leilani Ramos, director of Water and Water Waste Resources, Joshua Cosgrove, and many Daly City staff. And we celebrated the groundbreaking with representatives from Sacred Heart Cathedral. It was a really nice event. It was cold, but we were prepared. And I will say it's an exciting start, and was very happy to be there. This past, I'm going to jump around, but this past Saturday afternoon, I represented the city of Daly City at honoring the Hello Girls. And if you would just give me a little time on that, I just want to say who the Hello Girls were. These were women that the U.S. Army searched for women. What they did was there was a search for women who could speak both English, pardon me, and French to work as switchboard operators during World War I. The event was held at Holy Cross Cemetery. It was a beautiful celebration. Now, there were 223 women who participated as Hello Girls, and we have 8 that are buried at Holy Cross. They served their country in France and later had to fight for years for being recognized as serving in the U.S. Army, and they were denied honorable discharge and receiving of their veteran benefits. They were classified, when they finished their job, they were classified as civilian contract employees rather than enlisted personnel. And that's so important because these women, there was 2 that died in action there. It took until 1979, when there was only 18 survivors left, to receive their veteran benefits and recognition for their service. And so it was something that was so important. I never knew about it. Many of us never knew about it. But these women, there were other. They were called doughboys, and they also were switchboard operators. Switchboard operators for the young people here is how they connected telephone calls with wires. And there was a big board, and they would connect. And they had it down to an art, being able to translate and to send messages that help in the war effort. And so these women were finally recognized. There was their family, there was great nieces and nephews, and it was a beautiful ceremony. So I just wanted to make sure I never knew who the Hello Girls were, and now all of you know who the Hello Girls were. So thank you. Let's see here. Oh, now, myself and Councilmember Jesslyn Manalo are both Daly City Host Lions. And the Host Lions, what we do, the Lions Club, is people know that we gather glasses and help with glasses for people who can't afford glasses, as well as hearing aids. But what they also do in the community is they have an annual student speaker contest, and it was held here. They take 1 year in Colma, 1 year in Daly City. And there were 3 judges, and our very own city manager, Tom Piccolotti, was a judge. And we had 3 student speakers, and they spoke on how mental health affects students and their families. The winner was Maria Scaff. She's a junior in high school, and she will represent Daly City at the next level. So and this is something important, young boys, girls, young women and men, they, high school age, can try out, would that be the word, or apply, and then they would give a speech. It has to be more than 5 minutes or less than 10 minutes, and they move up to different ranks in different locations, up to $4,000 for scholarships. So it's something you might think about. Now we have the youth out here. Speaking is a wonderful talent. And then the last thing was Skyline College had their Sunset Soiree. There were over 200 people representing the community. Dr. Rod Das Magual, I don't know if some of you know, but he is a professor at Skyline College. He was in attendance, as well as Councilmember Jesslyn Manalo and City Manager Tom Piccolotti and many other people. So it was a beautiful event, and I think that's it. That's all I got.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Vice Mayor. Anyone, Councilmember Manalo?
Sure. Thank you, Mayor. I just want to say thank you for bringing up the Marchbanks groundbreaking. I think it was such a wonderful morning to be able to witness something that's going to be really great for our community and youth and young people. I mentioned it before. I grew up literally around the corner, and that was where so many children played. And I think, Dr. Rod mentioned that John Madden played at Marchbanks Park. And so it's really special to see it, move into a state-of-the-art field for the community and young people. Also, stating that it is the largest public-private partnership in the city's history. It goes to show that how much more we can do when we partner together. Also, just want to share that was able to join the crab feed for the Build a Dream with the Recreation Department, and never fails. I think it would say that, right, Mayor? Never fails at all. His favorite is the minestrone soup. But it's just really wonderful, I think, to be able to support such a great cause and be in community and eat amazing crab. And so our duty now is to make sure there's more people the following year and the following year after. I want to bring up that community members from FAREPA, they want to work with the city to provide first-time home buyer workshops. And so I'll be asking, Tom, our city manager, to see if there's ways we could collaborate, because they want to offer that for free for the community. Many times there's conflicting, resources, and so they just want to be able to clarify what are the steps to be a first-time homebuyer. Also, AMR reached out in regards to working on CPR training for the community in North County, and they want to do it here in Daly City. And so that's another opportunity to partner, and we'll be working with the city to coordinate that. We talk about climate resiliency, and earlier today on our consent agenda, I was really glad to see that we talked about ways to be able to reduce our greenhouse gases, et cetera. And so I just want to applaud our city for continuing to work with the county in that regard. And lastly, I'm just so proud, I was reminded of what we have forthcoming in regards to utilizing our city land. For those of you that don't know, we will have some childcare that will be facilitated through the Peninsula Family Services for affordable childcare. And I think it just shows our innovation as a city to use city-owned land. And we know that childcare is so crucial in our economic development. We've seen how much important it was during the pandemic, but even more so as we continue to build equity in our city and the county. And so I'm very excited that we have done that. I know that when I sit on the Peninsula division of the California cities, topic that's talked about in the region and up and down California is childcare. And when I share the innovative idea that we have here in our city, we want to share best practices across the board. And so that's what I just wanted to say and got reminded of when we talked about the childcare building kids right next door to us. So, a lot of great work that we do together here. So thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Manalo. Dr. Rod, anything?
Yes, I have a handful. No, not a lot, not a lot. I just want to say thank you for this to Councilmember Manalo's alma mater, Jefferson High School. You hosted.
Yes. Okay.
Do you want to do that one?
No. I mean, you say it, and I'll say something after.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So I was just, if anybody's ever heard of the hip hop MC, La Russell, he's been going around to different high schools and doing videos.
Oh, yeah, the Jefferson.
And so he came to Jefferson High School and produced a video and has 2 million views on Instagram. And so it's a song called I'm From the Bay. And so in his title, it's like Daly Cities from the Bay. So that's one thing that I was like, wow, and thank you to La Russell and congratulations for him for performing during Super Bowl activities and getting signed to Rock Nation record with Jay-Z. So I'm going to throw it to Councilmember Manalo if you want to say anything additional about La Russell.
Yeah, no, I mean, when you said that, I got so excited because it is my alma mater, and I was a cheerleader. And so, when he was asking around what high school should I go to next, and I was like, at Jefferson High School, and I'm like, I hope he comes over. And when the cheerleaders said, we're next, I thought they were saying they were hoping to be next, right? But they were literally sharing they were next. And so it's such a beautiful video. I think if folks were able to watch it, and you're right, it has 2 million views now, but so well coordinated, really highlighting the culture of Jefferson High School and just like our Bay Area flavor, of, that's just embedded in who we are. Just so proud that our young people, our youth was able to really showcase their talent. It's one of the highest viewed videos that he created at 2 million. And I think it also shows young people, to be your authentic self and look what can happen, right? So from him being, showcasing his talent to now being like, at the pre-tailgate game of the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's just showing there's also, I think it's really wonderful because I think at this time around during the Super Bowl, the highlight of our local artists has been showcased. And many times it's, we have our own culture here, but I have to agree, like we finally had some light shine in the Bay Area, just original artists that have been iconic for many decades. And so that was really wonderful to see. And the energy, we'll get there. But I think as far I'm talking about my Niners, we'll get there. But I mean, I think just everyone coming together just showed, how the Bay Area is and the talent that we have. So thank you for that. That's why you're like, yeah, say it.
Yeah.
Let us also check it out. It's on YouTube or Instagram. And I think you'll see how our Jefferson kids definitely represent.
And they represented for us.
Thank you, Councilmember.
Such a beautiful thing, right? I think Daly City within the past year has been capturing a lot of viral moments, and that just kind of like adds to the resume of what Daly City represents.
And to that, there was someone that was at the Super Bowl, right? He was working it, and he had a hat that said Daly City. And like literally like representing our city, which is, I thought, you're right. Like where people are recognizing
Yeah.
where we're at. I'll even say Empire, a local record label in the area. I saw some snapshots where they had a map of the Bay Area, and usually it's San Francisco, then San Jose, then Oakland, but the map he had there had San Francisco, Daly City, East Palo Alto, and it was just when I saw that representation, it was great to see.
Yeah.
You know, that we're actually on that map. So
Yeah.
agreed.
Other city council report was, I just want to say thank you to the other students again from Jefferson High School, Westmore High School, neighboring middle school and elementary school students that came out here on January 30th in the morning, and they exercised their First Amendment vote in rallying against ICE. I think like youth always gets kind of like a bad look, where they're like, oh, there's a lot of apathy in terms of politics, but I think it takes things like this to activate their political awareness and to be politically engaged. And to see that amount of energy kind of scared me. Maybe because I was a parent. I was like, please don't hurt yourself. But I was just glad that they were here, they were organized, they walked on the sidewalks, and they all assembled right here. I guess it would be like the west side of City Hall. And they were also joined by not just the students, but like the young ones. Like there were some elementary school kids that were there, their parents were there, adult allies were there as well. And it was so youth-centered. It made me so proud to see young people like voice and be articulate about the issues that are happening to their communities. It showed empathy, it showed care, it showed passion, it showed purpose. And when we start to think about like what's going to change the future is now. So thank you for all the youth that showed up and showed out, and that this type of thing is not just a one protest thing, but that you gotta always defend and protect what type of society you want. It's never ever a given. And I know that from there's now there's talks about a statewide walkout amongst college students, high school students, as well, regarding the same issue. The third thing, I'll keep it all youth-centered today. So my high school folks, any high schoolers? No? Yeah, maybe? Okay. Y'all are from Daly City, Colma? Ah, man, you're missing out on some free money then. So the Daly City Chamber of Commerce on February 13th is the due date for scholarships. So Daly City Colma Chamber of Commerce, this is their thing. Like annually they give out scholarships, and again, it is application time. So if you are a Daly City or Colma resident or attend schools in Daly City, please apply, right? We college is expensive, and anything that can contribute to just lowering down the costs, just give your parents a favor and apply. And so that concludes my thoughts, Mayor.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Dr. Rod. Anyone else?
Oh,
Yeah, go ahead.
That's okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, I didn't want to interrupt.
Councilmember DiGiovanni.
Thank you. Mine will be pretty short. I have to echo what they said about the crab feed. And even though I couldn't eat the crab, I tell you, it's some killer pasta, minestrone soup. Opal always does it right. The volunteers were amazing because we had youth and we had even community volunteers volunteering. And Clayton came with the DCPLA and Denise and her table and everybody. It was great because the community came together. It was an opportunity for people to mingle and actually meet new people. So there was some people there from Half Moon Bay, and they were very charitable for the baskets. I think that the baskets were great. And then we had a couple people that really did upbidding because they said they knew it was for a good cause, and that, the Dream scholarships are for youth, or it could be for seniors or mothers of the children who can't afford one of the classes. And, you know, this is what the city's about. So kudos to the recreation and the staff that all came in and volunteered. And then the second thing is I'd like to recognize the Boy Scouts and their troop leaders here tonight who have stayed the whole time. And even though we're like, actually, this is pretty early, the mayor did an excellent job on chairing the meeting, that we really appreciate you being here, because I remember having a conversation earlier, and that leadership matters, role models matter. All of you youth that are sitting here, you matter, and you're learning such great things and making new friends in the troop as well when you're a scout. And I learned that, I think I shared it with Dr. Rod earlier, that the Boy Scouts started in 1910, and that is something to say for all of you that want to be role models for the youth, and that we have great scout leaders here, and they get involved in so many things. And one of them is the environment, and so many levels to be in the engagement in the community. And you're learning civic engagement. Civic engagement is key, because it's very important, because everything matters and everything matters to you. Even our Jefferson Unified High School District, they have youth sitting up there with them as a board. So I would like to encourage you to go over and sit through that, and because they actually have youth sitting up there with them. So I think that that's a great role model. And from wherever you come from, doesn't matter, man created the borders, like, you know, whether it's Broadmoor or wherever it's from, Millbrae, it doesn't matter, because we're all one. And that we're here to support you and engage you in whatever you need. This is open to you. And thank you for being here tonight. It's quite an honor, actually, to have you here, because I see that the development, and then who knows where your path will be. And sometimes it changes, and that's okay. But be together, and there's a lot of positivity, and I think there's more love than bad things. So hang together, and I think we can make the world a better place. I know that all of you are. Thank you very much, and to the leaders, thank you. Humbled and grateful that you're here.
Thank you, Councilmember.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember DiGiovanni. Anyone else? Oh, boy. All right, I'd like to add on. Marchbank Park. What time was that, Mr. Piccolati?
7:30.
7:30? In the morning?
7:30, yeah.
I don't know when's the last time I got up at 7:30. I had to get up at 6:30 just to get out of bed. But but it was a good thing. I gave our city manager, Mr. Piccolati, the nickname, the John Madden of
Oh my gosh.
Marchbank Park. So I want you folks to remember that. So later on in the future, when I say this number, you're going to remember this. 15 to 18 million. And the city does not pay anything. 15 to 18 million. Remember that. John Madden of Marchbank Park. The crab feed. You know, I tried not to miss a meal. When I got up and spoke, I tried to canvass everyone who was there. And I said, raise your hand if you're here for the salad. I think 2 people raised their hand. You go to a crab feed, what do you want to eat? Crab, right? So I says, who's here for the minestrone? And about 7 people raised their hand. I was there for the minestrone. And Councilmember DiGiovanni, she couldn't eat crab. She's allergic to it.
2 bowls of minestrone.
Okay, she had 2 bowls of minestrone, but I told Councilmember DiGiovanni, it's okay if you don't eat your crab. I'll eat your share. So thank you for that, Councilmember DiGiovanni. And what I learned from the crab feed, it was under the theme, Build a Dream. And basically to offer scholarships and scholarships in the way of programming and funding for those who need it. And they included an additional group that I had no idea, and that's for our senior programming, if you want to get involved. So that's where all the money went. So build a dream. Thank you to staff. Thank you for that. Minestrone. I give you another story about that, but I don't want to belabor this. But that minestrone, oh my goodness. All right. I made a little note here. JHS La Russell.
Yes.
And when you talk about 2 million views, I hope Mr. Adonis Eats can get that many views too, because I think he's a very important part of Daly City. It's something to do with food, and he goes out and looks and brings comment about foods, not only in Daly City but all over. Councilmember DiGiovanni, you beat me to the punch. This meeting is almost over, and I failed to recognize the scouts and the troop leader in our audience. I want to take the time to recognize them now, and you said something about development. And I'm going to call on the troop leader to come up and talk about your troop, please. Because I learned something tonight. I learned something tonight, and you made me remember. Sir.
You know, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Vice Mayor, Councilman, the entire city of Daly City. I'm a resident of Daly City, and but I went to school, in San Francisco. But I'm a scout leader for Troop 58, and we're part of San Francisco and Daly City, and brought the boys here. This is my many tasks of making sure these boys understand how the city runs and how the city participate in learning. So hopefully these boys will understand how the whole concept works. We also believe in doing service hours and helping you, whatever we can do to volunteer. And that's what we do and believe in. So it's an honor to be here to see each and every one of you. And like I said, yes, we are leaders and we volunteer and advise these boys and girls now in a good way. So thank you.
You forgot one part. You forgot one part. Did you have a scout here who, I believe he was a master scout a couple of years ago? Did he come here to the council?
Yeah. You mean my boys?
Yes.
Well, both of my boys are Eagle Scouts,
Eagle
and
Scouts.
and they was the first wave to came to meet you, and and they graduate from college, and they're working.
Oh my
So I can't ask for more. So
Well, tell us about one of them. Yeah, that really caught my ear.
huh?
Tell us about one of them, the development. is what
Well,
I'm looking-
one of them did really well and became a CHP and really well. And out of his academy class of like 120, 125 people, he ranked up the top 30, and he got his first choice where he based out of. So, San Francisco. So I mean, he just like going from home to city is 10 minutes.
Oh, my goodness. How lucky you are, because CHP is
Yeah.
statewide.
Yeah.
And if you don't place high up on that list,
Yeah.
you go where they send you. So, but he got
Yeah.
San Francisco, huh?
Yeah, so I'm blessed, and where the mayor and I was talking, I just hope our kids take care of us, though.
Right on.
They will.
Right, great.
Mayor,
All right.
Mayor, may we take a photo with them?
Okay,
Right?
sure. I think that's the annual thing.
Yeah.
Councilmember Manalo's asking that we take a photo with you folks. Would that
Yeah.
work? Would that work? You want to do it now? Oh, see, now he's looking. He says, "Oh, I should have combed my hair." See? Come on up. You want to do it up here? Let them come up here behind us? What do you think?
Sure.
Come on up. Come on, come on.
Yeah, there. That's whatever works.
Oh, you want to come behind us?
Yeah, come on up behind us.
Come on,
Come on.
I guess. The mayor.
Is Giselle sleeping?
Yeah.
She's sleeping?
Oh, no. We'll pull her up. Yeah, come on.
Did we get them all? Oh, I have my cup. What do you think? Oh.
Here we go.
Oh, always be prepared.
Right here? Yeah, do you want to take off your jacket?
Do you want to see?
Oh, he doesn't have a shirt.
Mine is 5.
Okay, ready on 3. 1, 2, 3. 4. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Absolutely. Guys, take care, huh? Keep up the great work. Number 58. All right.
Oh my gosh, he made us older when he said the kids are. Yeah. I said, oh my goodness. That's how long it's been.
Wow.
Okay.
They have careers now.
Yeah. Serving the community.
Oh, sure. Thank you, Councilmember DiGiovanni, for the acknowledgement as well.
Nice.
All right. The next item on the agenda, we're almost done, folks, is staff reports. So people, none? Okay. The last item on the agenda is adjournment. And what I'd like to do is turn it over to Vice Mayor Perano for an adjournment, Stephen Matthew David, and Kathy Shubanka Cadigan. Please.
Thank you, Mayor. First of all, it's a historic type of person is my first adjourn in memory. It's for Stephen Matthew David. He was the man who put the top of the hill on the map. Many of us, you're all young, so you can Google it. Many of us recall his commercials on TV and the radio during the 60s, 70s, and 80s. David founded the first store in the San Francisco Bay Area to sell discount electronics, Matthews TV, at top of the hill, Daly City.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. During its 25 years in business, Matthews approached retail uniquely. The store often had lines around the block while customers waited to be escorted around the store by a salesperson. In addition to campaigns featuring everyone from Davy Jones to Jerry Rice, Matthews became known for offering champagne and popcorn to customers as they waited. David's legendary bicycle promotion, which I had a black 10-speed from there, offering a free bike with the purchase of almost any product costing $150, became part of local lore, and his tagline, Top of the Hill Daly City, still remains known today. Matthews became the largest single-store retailer of home electronics in the country, and David among the first business owners to personally appear in his own ads. After a long illness, Stephen Matthew David died peacefully on January 18th. He is survived by his 2 children, Ned and Anna, brother Anthony David, and sisters Barbara Daly and Linda Williams, as well as the many who remember him as an integral part of the Bay Area, especially Daly City. Okay, so the next person I'd like to speak about is a lifelong Daly City resident, Kathy Shubanka Cadigan. She was born July 1957 into the house she passed away in on February 5th. She is predeceased by her husband, Dan Cadigan, her parents, John and Lorraine Shubanka, and her brother, Stephen Shubanka. She leaves behind her 2 sons and greatest achievements, Sean and Boo, and her loving sisters, Lynn and Christine. She attended Our Lady of Mercy Grammar School, class of 1971, Mercy High School, class of 1975, she swam on the world champion San Francisco Marionettes, synchronizing swim team in her teens. She worked in the windows and door business, Allstate Plywood, Baroni Lumber, and Golden State Lumber for decades before her retirement. Retirement included many days and weeks of U.S. and world travel. Kathy volunteered many years at Our Lady of Mercy's bingo, festivals, and crab feeds while raising her two boys. She was known for her infectious smile, wonderful sense of humor, and her house was a hub for her boys and their friends, always full of music, joy, and laughter. She will be sorely missed.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. And at this time, I would like to call up Police Chief Christensen for an adjourned in memory.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Council. Unfortunately, I ask that we adjourn in memory of Daly City Police Sergeant Shane Tyler Hart, who was born on June 12th, 1987, and tragically and unexpectedly passed away on January 27th, 2026. Shane started his career as an officer with the Daly City Police Department, being sworn in on November 18th, 2010, donning badge number 128. Shane was an outstanding police officer known for his proactivity, professionalism, and composure. He was diligent, reliable, and hardworking, all traits that aligned him to be an informal leader and instructor for the department. He took on roles as a field training officer and range instructor. He excelled at decision-making under pressure, lending to his position as a team leader on the SWAT team. Shane continued his growth in his career through his assignments to the Crime Suppression Unit and the San Mateo County Vehicle Theft Task Force. On May 28, 2022, I had the honor and privilege of promoting Shane to police sergeant, donning badge number 65. The traits that made Shane a great officer and made him an even better supervisor is he got to mentor, care for, and lead others, things he was truly passionate about. Shane received dozens of awards for his service, most notably several life-saving awards, silver commendations, blue commendations, vehicle theft awards, and numerous citizen commendations. Prior to becoming a police officer, Shane was a combat veteran in the United States Marine Corps, 1st Battalion, 5th Marines, serving in the Scout Sniper Platoon. Shane made a lasting impression on all of those he worked with and served. He is survived by his wife, his son, and his extended family. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. A moment before you leave, Chief, would you come back up to the lectern for me, please? Would you kindly face the audience? For those of you who don't know, if you see a police officer with his or her star with a black band, that means if you ever see that, they are in mourning. So for those of you who don't know, thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
All right, with that being said, if we could kindly please pause for a brief moment of silence, please. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this meeting is now adjourned. Thank you very much. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you at the next meeting.